This is the cost of my Uber ride in Las Vegas from New York hotel to Terminal 3 at the airport. $15. This is exactly what it costs to take Beltran transportation. I called Beltran, said call 24 hours before for a ride. I called Beltran, and a long list of prompts, it said how many in your party, and I punched in 1, and it said we don't recognize that. So that was the end of Beltran. So now I'm down to, I got to get a taxi back to the airport. I didn't want a taxi because the problem with taxis anywhere is they run on meters, and the longer that meter runs, the more the cab driver makes. So their incentive is to long haul you all over the place to drive up that meter price. So I need a ride, so I got down to Uber. I've never used Uber before. And I've never used it, one of the reasons, because I thought I had to put in a password every time I wanted to use it, which is difficult for me to do on a cell phone because my passwords are nonsense. They're not like a standard word. But I found out I didn't need a password. So I ordered an Uber ride. And this was the ride time on it. Plus, I give the guy who was driving, I give him a $5 tip. He was very happy with that. So it's $20 cheap for me. But I was thinking, I don't understand how taxis and this Beltran transportation in Las Vegas, how do they stay in business? This Beltran transportation is so outmoded, except for large parties who need transportation. But they're totally outmoded. I don't think they're going to stay in business. And the taxi people, I don't know how they stay in business in Las Vegas. My ride to the airport was probably just as good as taking a taxi and just as fast. The person, Uber driver, was out there in 2 minutes waiting for me. That's as good as the taxi. And the best thing about Uber, which I'm new to, is I know the exact price I'm going to pay for this ride. You never get a price on a taxi. It's always, let's let the meter run and see what it's going to come out to be. So I don't ride in taxis, but I definitely now know I won't ride in taxis. And I don't understand how taxis even stay in business in Las Vegas.